Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the National Soccer Network. I'm Dan Stickrad, the Director of News, alongside you for today's Twin Bill set. This is National Academy League Soccer in Livonia, Michigan. The Michigan Wolves taking on Sockers SC. At 12 noon, we have the U19 division with the U17 division following at around 2 p.m. As you can see, the players are trotting on the field. We're just seconds away from opening kickoff. And yes, they say April showers bring May flowers, but the rain, the cold wind, the blustery conditions are still very much in effect here on May 4th. As you can see, the raindrops starting to fall here on the campus of Schoolcraft College, the west side of Livonia, Michigan. And we are underway. The Michigan Wolves wearing their yellow and black kits with Sockers SC in the white and blue kicks. Sockers are going to be going from right to left. Wolves left to right on your screen. So the Wolves get possession down deep inside Sockers territory. Just 30 seconds into this match. Nice ball movement for the Wolves, getting a lot of players' touches along that far side. Michigan Wolves in the U19 division stand alone in first place of the Mid-America North Division. 4-1-0 is their overall record. They have a 16-7 scoring edge with one shutout this season. They're averaging 3.2 goals a game and giving up 1.4 goals per contest. The Sockers are currently in fourth place in the NAL U19 division at 3-2-0 overall. They have a 22-8 scoring edge this year with a pair of shutouts. They have been shut out twice this season as the Wolves penetrate into that back line, unable to get a shot off. But the Sockers, very talented offensive team, 22-8 scoring edge. They've averaged 4.4 goals a game. They've given up 1.6 goals per contest after 5 matches this season. So again, the Michigan Wolves moving that ball around, now forcing the Sockers SC to chase. It's just a minute 50 into this U19 contest here at Schoolcraft College. There's a long ball served into the box. Wolves feeding again inside. There's a slot into the middle. The Sockers SC goalkeeper there to slide and make a snare of the ball before a shot is taken. Caden Whipple is the goalkeeper for the Michigan Wolves. Does not say on the roster which player is in net for Sockers SC. Wolves once again moving the ball around both sides of the field, using the entire length, entire sidelines of the pitch. There's a foul just inside midfield. So first foul against either team, against the Michigan Wolves. Now the Sockers along that right side, bringing the ball downfield. First time they've been inside 25 yards or so as that ball rolls harmlessly out of bounds for a goal kick coming up for the Michigan Wolves. So 4th minute, 0-0 between the Michigan Wolves and Sockers SC. Once again, this is a twin bill event at the outdoor field here at Schoolcraft College. The U17s in the National Academy League between these two sides will face off at 2 o'clock. And there it is, a blustery 48 degrees. Winds around 13 miles an hour out of the northeast. It is sprinkling out here at Schoolcraft College, as most of the state of Michigan is under cloud coverage. But as we like to say, pure Michigan with the weathers. One day it's around 80, the next day it's around 40. You never know what you're going to get in terms of the wind, rain, shine, even the snow flurries sometimes on occasion in the months of April and May. As Whipple serves it off the goal kick way out towards midfield. Through ball. Devlin McGinnis, the Brighton High School product, giving chase to that through ball. Just ran out of real estate, unable to get a shot off. But the Michigan Wolves, 5 minutes in, they have controlled most of this match thus far. Still looking for that first shot on goal. They knock it back to Whipple, building that attack once again out of the back line. So McGinnis, the Brighton High School product, we mentioned him a minute ago, looks like he just recently committed to Schoolcraft College. Three-time All-State player for the Brighton Bulldogs in the high school side, led his team to the Division I state runner-up in the fall of 2023. He had an injury-plagued season, missed over half of the 2024 high school campaign. Last fall, as Brighton struggled to score goals, and McGinnis, that is his job, to create chances and put shots on target. They will look to try to get him more involved now that he is finally healthy. Sometimes those leg, ankle, knee injuries can linger for months and months at a time. The Sockers getting the ball deep in the Michigan Wolves territory, down in the right corner. The ball rolls out of bounds. This should be a goal kick coming up for Sockers FC here in the 7th minute. 0-0 between the Sockers and the Michigan Wolves. No shots so far on target for either team. This is the game's first corner kick for the Sockers. That serve goes way outside the box. Wolves send it out of harm's way, out towards midfield. So far, the Michigan Wolves defense is not really giving up any chances. It's only the second time that Sockers SC even got the ball anywhere near the penalty box. As that shot rolls, that cross was already out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Caden Whipple, the Michigan Wolves goalkeeper, Plymouth Christian Academy product. The Wolves once again moving the ball around, getting as many players involved in the attack. The Wolves player is tripped up, so free kick deep in their own category coming up for the Wolves. Just second foul against Sockers SC as we're now in the 8th minute, getting closer to the 9th minute. 0-0 is your score up in the upper left-hand corner. There's a long ball served towards the box. Ball deflects out of play. Looks like this should be the Michigan Wolves ball. Deep throwing coming up for the Wolves. There's Owen Buckley, another All-State player from Brighton High School, throws it in. Buckley, a standout player in both the club and high school circuits. He is a goal scorer. He is also a facilitator, a creator, multi-dimensional. So Michigan Wolves back line is anchored by center back Camden Art. Again, just 7 goals conceded by the Wolves this season after 5 matches. So they defeated the Liverpool International Academy, Michigan 3-1 here in their last game. Sockers SC is coming up a 6-1 victory over Michigan-based Vardar here this past week. The Sockers begin to attack the final third of the field. The Michigan Wolves trying to penetrate that back line, but the ball does go off a Wolves defender out of bounds. Corner kick number 2 coming up for the Sockers FC. So it looks like number 46, Galileo Figueroa, set to take the corner from the southwest side of the field. Short corner. Sockers cross blocked by a Wolves defender, and again the Wolves able to clear the ball in a hurry as they're now on the trying to form a counterattack. Sockers have not had much of the play here in the first 10 minutes. We just crossed into the 11th minute. 0-0, but the Michigan Wolves have maintained about 75% of the possession so far. Neither team able to put a single shot on target here in the first 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Sockers trying to move the ball around that right side. A lot of space to be able to switch the fields. And there's a long serve into the box, giving chase. Number 17 for Sockers. There's no 17 listed on their active roster here today. And there's a turnover deep in Michigan Wolves territory, so Sockers SC has numbers 4 on 3. There's a shot from outside the box. It did deflect off a player. So this should be another corner kick coming up for Sockers FC. That's the second in a matter of 2 minutes for Sockers. It's again number 46. Galileo Figueroa set to send this into the box. The rain is starting to pick up here at Schoolcraft College. Sends it out wide. Sockers SC kind of keeping the ball on that right side. They have really not gotten much of anything on the left side of the field. So Whipple punches that ball out of the box. Now the Wolves are trying to clear, set up a counterattack. Great defensive effort along that left side of the Wolves to nullify that attack by Sockers SC as we just crossed into the 13th minute. Still 0-0 in this U19 National Academy League matchup. This is the National Soccer Network. Dan Stickrad, the National Director of News for NSN. Glad to be part of this 2-game set here at Schoolcraft College here on May 4th. 2025. It's already May as the Wolves are trying to penetrate once again. Zach Pavlik on the right side. Trying to get McGinnis a touch there. McGinnis cuts it back in the middle. There's a shot just wide. McGinnis weaving through traffic. A left-footed bender just about a yard and a half wide of that right goal post. So goal kick coming up for Sockers SC. But that's a dangerous of an opportunity for either team here in the first 13 minutes of this 0-0 stalemate at this point. Now we're in the 14th minute, so 13:02 into the match. Sockers SC sends it long back towards Whipple. Whipple able to clear that ball. Cayman Whipple was one of the best goalkeepers in Division IV last fall. Plymouth Christian actually fell out of the state rankings in Division IV late in the regular season, but they made a run to their first state finals before losing to longtime state powerhouse Muskegon, Western Michigan. Christian Whipple and his team's defense was absolutely sterling in that tournament run last October, November, as our Michigan Wolves players down. Looks like Tevin McGinnis, as a player over the last 8-9 months, has had a multitude of leg injuries. He's kind of holding like his right knee, right leg. He is up, slight limp, but trying to toughen up. Looks like he'll be okay. Should be a drop ball coming up just left of midfield. '15th minute now, 0-0. Just 1-0 on total shots in favor of Michigan Wolves. No shots on frame for either team as the Wolves send it long. Once again, trying to get some activity down that left side. There's a shot wide left of frame. So 2 shots for the Michigan Wolves in the first 14.5 minutes. Nothing on target. The Wolves have had about 75% of the possession so far. Sockers SC able to get down inside the box of the Michigan Wolves, creating a couple corner kicks, but they have unable to create a single shot attempt. Here as we just crossed into the 16th minute. Throwing on that deep side. Michigan Wolves have done a very good job whenever the Sockers have the ball. They are swarming from all sides of the field, forcing the Sockers SC to make a lot of quick passes. So now they get the ball down on that left side. (17) for Sockers SC. We still don't have a player that wears number 17 for the Sockers, but he did earn his team's 3rd corner kick. Just seconds away from crossing into the 17th minute here at Schoolcraft College, but corner kick number 3 here for Sockers SC. Figura sets to take another one. You can see the sprinkles in front of the camera. Slight rain here. That corner kick is well long. No one able to get a touch on that ball as it rolls harmlessly out of bounds. So another goal kick coming up for the Michigan Wolves. Still sub 50-degree temperatures, not what you like to see in the month of May. At least there's no snowfall in the state of Michigan. There might be up in the Upper Peninsula, but down here in southeastern Michigan, just slight rain, a little bit of a breeze to the coming out of the northeast as the Wolves get the ball downfield. Looking for McGinnis on that right side. McGinnis is a very strong, powerful forward. Again, he will play his first season of college soccer here at Schoolcraft College come up next August. And there is a whistle against the Wolves. Just a second foul against the Wolves, 4th overall in this contest, so 2 fouls against each team as Sockers SC gets the ball down on that far right side in front of the team's benches. They'll finally create a first scoring opportunity in this game. Michigan Wolves 2-0 on shots. No shots for either team on frame. 17.5 minutes into this match. You can see some younger age groups in the background, playing on a couple of the smaller sided fields. So set piece about 40 yards out. Looks like Aiden Adachi set to take this for the Sockers SC. Serve into the box. The Wolves again trying to clear the ball. Wait a minute, turnover. Sockers get another opportunity there along that left side. Have to take it back out, try to spread the field. Keep sending the ball to that right side of the field. That's where what little possession they've had so far has been along that right side. There's a shot, header off the crossbar. Whipple comes out, punches it high. Wolves still unable to clear it, so that ball kind of bounced around like a ping pong ball. There's a shot over to the crossbar. So 2 quick shots, the first 2 of the game for Sockers SC. One clinks off that crossbar. The other one, a volley high over the crossbar here in the 19th minute, but Soccer starting to create a little bit of opportunity, a little bit of havoc on that Michigan Wolves back line. Is that header you saw in that replay clanks off the crossbar. That was number 71, Jack Keithau. So 20th minute. Both teams 2 shots apiece so far. Sockers. Ball bounces. Looks like, it went off a Sockers player. So throw in deep in their own territory for the Michigan Wolves. Sockers have started to even up the level of play. They've been a little bit more dangerous here in the last 5 minutes. That ball kind of rolls into the box. No one making a run along the left side. So once again, Mr. Caden Whipple there to scoop up that loose ball. The Michigan Wolves, this U19 team is coached by Mr. Scott Ewell, assisted by Kenneth Shingeldecker, Joseph Zawicki, and Edward McCarthy, 4 veterans here in the soccer scene across southeastern Michigan. With Todd Bailey, the head coach for the Sockers SC, he is assisted by Nicholas Roll and Philip Gross. Wolves starting to build the ball around midfield. Had a couple shots earlier in the match, but still nothing on target. It's 21st minute. There's the turnover. Looks like they did whistle the Wolves for a foul. So 4th foul against the Michigan Wolves. This one is out closer to midfield. So we are engaged in a 0-0 stalemate. Sockers SC, Michigan Wolves. The place is Schoolcraft College's outdoor soccer stadium here on the National Soccer Network. As that rain is starting to pick up outside as the ball rolls out of bounds. So this should be a throw in deep in their own territory coming up for the Michigan Wolves. Don't forget we have a 2 o'clock match in the U17 level, which is kickoff just around 2 p.m. this afternoon. See if the severe weather holds off till these games are both completed. You never know what Mother Nature has in mind here on this blustery Sunday afternoon. Wolves trying to slot that ball through, but the Sockers quickly able to turn that turnover into an attack. The Wolves played some nice possession ball in that first 15 minutes, but since then, the Sockers SC have kind of settled down, forcing the Wolves to turn the ball over. And then just a couple minutes ago, we saw the Sockers rip a shot off the crossbar, and then about 10 seconds after that, a volley from distance went over the crossbar. So the Wolves making their first substitutions of the game. See, Adrian Nyambo, the Detroit Country Day senior, is one of the players that came onto the pitch for the Wolves. Yaya Kendall Wall, number 24, also on the pitch for the Wolves. The Wolves regaining possession near midfield. Sockers SC starting to put some high pressure on that back line. Nyambo down that far left side, dancing through traffic. There's a long serve in the box. It's like number 24 for the Wolves. Yaya Kendall with that shot, just wide right. He was kind of left alone inside the box on the far right side. He tried corralling that ball, putting something towards the framework, but the ball does go out of bounds. So 3 shot attempts for the Wolves, nothing on target. That was an extremely dangerous opportunity. The Sockers on the counter attack, they left a couple players open on that far right side. Now the Wolves are starting to put high pressure on that back line of the Sockers. Sockers able to clear midfield, so. And once in the Wolves regain possession on that far right side. That was a clean tackle, so throwing coming up for the Wolves. It's about 30 or so yards out in front of the Sockers box. Yet another turnover for the Wolves. Sockers trying to get the ball downfield in a hurry. Now they've turned it over as the Wolves send it back in deep. The surface and the ball is a little bit slick. Both teams turning the ball over, unable to kind of retain possession, or the touch is a little bit off for a lot of players on both sides. Sockers try to play it long down that left side, out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for the Wolves deep in their own territory. 26th minute, we're still 0-0 stalemate. Michigan Wolves, Sockers SC. This is the first and fourth place teams in the National Academy League U19 division. The Wolves are in first, with Sockers SC currently sitting in fourth place of the 9-team division. The Wolves on a strength of a 4-game win streak. They lost their opener back in late March against SC United 3-0, but on a 4-game win streak, they've averaged 3.20 goals per game in this streak. In this game, they've had 3 shot attempts, but nothing on goal. Neither goalkeeper tested in this game. Both keepers have come off their line to corral some crosses or clear the ball out of the box. So there's a collision. Sockers player kind of holding the back of his head. So injury timeout, 27th minute. So we have an injury timeout. Don't forget, tomorrow 8 p.m. here in the National Soccer Network. If you are a fan of high school girls soccer in the state of Michigan, we have our weekly high school girls soccer ranking show, the original show here in the state of Michigan. 8 p.m. where myself and Patty Cicerani will talk about the top 15 in the honorable mention squads as provided to us by the Michigan High School Soccer Coach Association. We'll analyze, break down the top 15 in the honorable mention squads. 8 to 9 p.m. here on the National Soccer Network. Also, lots and lots of activity on the network throughout the course of May, beyond high school girls soccer, upcoming matches in the USL League 2, USLW League, Midwest Premier League, the League for Clubs, Women's Premier Soccer League, and so much more on the National Soccer Network from coast to coast. We've talked about it. We went national. The Michigan Soccer Network became the National Soccer Network here over the holiday season in December. So we now have games in well over 40 states across the country throughout the course of 2025. You can see it is starting to sprinkle a little bit harder now here in the 29th minute. Definitely affecting the touch of players from both teams in this match. So we're back underway after that 2-minute injury timeout. So that should add a couple minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. The Wolves getting it down just outside the box on the right side. It's like Adrian Nyembo, the Detroit Country Day senior, whistled for the foul. The Wolves retain possession to get the ball in the box on that far left side. There's a slot through traffic. And that did go off. It looks like a Sockers SC defender or the goalkeeper. So this should be a corner kick coming off the Wolves. Corner kick number 1 in the. Now we're crossing into the 30th minute. Sockers SC did have 3 corner kicks earlier in this match. The ball sent into the goal mouth area. Sockers able to clear that ball. The Wolves unable to corral it, so throw in deep in their own territory by Sockers. Players from both teams getting tangled up. So this should be another throw in for Sockers. 30th minute, 0-0 of this 45-minute first half. Shots are 3-2 in favor of the Michigan Wolves. No shots on target for either team. Again, both goalkeepers active within the box. Either side really putting a great scoring chance. Sockers did put a shot off the crossbar about 10 minutes ago. That was the most dangerous opportunity for either team. A couple inches lower, that could have caroomed into the goal mouth area or even went into the back of the net. Wolves trying to retain possession down that far left side. Wolves moving the ball around. Trying to knock it back to the defender. So turnover by the Wolves. So the Sockers get a throw in deep in the Wolves territory. You can see that ball kind of, skidding off players. Players from both sides having a hard time controlling the ball as the Sockers looking to move the ball around down that left side. It goes out of bounds. Another goal kick coming up for the Wolves, but that light rain has picked up pace here in the last few minutes. So camera operators braving the temperatures and braving that rain outside here at Schoolcraft College, located on the west side of Livonia, Michigan. 15 miles or so west of downtown Detroit. That's Caden Whipple, the goalkeeper, getting ready for another goal kick coming up for the Michigan Wolves. We're now in the 32nd minute. So about 13 minutes and change left here in the first half. We'll see if either team can create a golden opportunity and take a lead here in the first half. This is National Academy League U19 division. So the 2006-2007 players, mostly high school seniors, are scattering high school juniors on these teams. Another turnover by the Wolves. The Sockers trying to get it downfield in a hurry. Earn that throw in just inside midfield. They try sending it into the center. Now the Sockers do have numbers on that right side. There's a long cross into the box. The Wolves able to head it out of the box, but the ball is still bouncing around. So they're saying that is going to be a corner kick for Sockers. I couldn't tell which player that went off. So this is the 4th corner kick coming up in the match for the Sockers FC. Unable to do anything with those first 3 corner kicks. So they still haven't put a shot on goal. With the wet surface, a wet ball, a slight wind, ball can skip off another player. So both teams need to start just even taking shots from distance, see if they can get a deflection, get a ball to skip back out. Player can knock home a rebound. The Wolves are trying to clear that ball, unable to do so. There's another serve into the box. Ellen Alfaro took that shot for Sockers SC, but that was well wide of target. 3rd opportunity for the Sockers. Not on frame. 34th minute. U19 Division of National Academy League. So again, Dan Stick right on the call for both games here on Sunday afternoon, May 4th, 2025, but the temperatures have still not cooperating for most of us across the lower and upper peninsulas of Michigan. A lot of rain this past week, a lot of wind, a lot of wind. We had a nasty storm come through on Wednesday, 60, 70 mile an hour winds in southeastern Michigan. Set piece coming up off the foul by Sockers FC. So the Wolves opportunity to try to create a scoring chance off of this free kick and just inside midfield. Long serve into the box. Michigan Wolves pleaded in their case. They thought the ball skipped off a Sockers SC player. That should be a goal kick now for the Sockers SC. So the Wolves, their case was not heard. So we just crossed into the 36 minutes. Still a 0-0 stalemate up on that score bug in the upper left-hand corner. So number 17 is the goalkeeper. We do apologize. No goalkeeper listed on this today's active roster by Sockers SC. About 10 minutes and stoppage time left here in the first half. First place Michigan Wolves, fourth place Sockers SC. There's a cross through traffic. Players from both teams getting a little tangled up. Sockers trying to clear that ball. There's a whistle against the Michigan Wolves. I believe that could have been offsides along that right side. Sockers trying to cross the ball at the top of their own box, and Wolves almost intercepted that through balls. You are an outside marking back. You do not try to cross the ball towards your own goal when there's that many players that could easily force a turnover. When in doubt, play it towards the touchline, even if they have the opposing team can get a throw-in off of it. You just do not send a through ball along the goal box, top of the 18. That was a very dangerous decision by Sockers SC, but now they get the ball down in the final third of the field against the Wolves. So the Wolves knock it out of bounds, so deep throw. And so as this game goes on, the rain does pick up. The surface is clearly slick. The ball is slick. You do not want to make a rough decision to allow the opposing team to score a goal. It looks like the Wolves are going to make a couple of substitutions here. Several substitutions. It's like 5 players will come into the game for the Michigan Wolves, which are now in the 38th minute. Couldn't tell exactly which players came back into the match. But Sockers SC taking that throw in deep in Michigan Wolves territory here in the 38th minute. So the Wolves forcing another turnover. So the ball kind of bouncing around. The Wolves having a hard time clearing out of their end. It's turnover after turnover after turnover for both teams. Was able to escape danger on that opportunity by Sockers. Linesman on the near side says that ball did go out of bounds, so it should be a throw in just inside midfield coming up for Sockers. Here in the 39th minute. See the referee pointing up, that's a good 20 yards or so inside midfield. Turnover by the Sockers SC. The Wolves getting the ball inside, just outside the box on that right side. That was Landon Berger giving chase along that right side, but the Michigan Wolves did earn a throw in deep in Soccer's territory as we're now in the 40th minute here on the National Soccer Network. This is a 45-minute half. You see the Trinity Sports Dome in the background, almost blending in with the clouds. Deep cloud coverage around southeast Michigan, really across most of the lower peninsula here today. Wolves be able to send it through. The Soccer's quick header to clear the ball around. So Wolves haven't created many opportunities here in the last 10-15 minutes. That ball sailed through traffic. A lot of bodies in that box. The Wolves just unable to get ahead on that. Sockers get the ball downfield in a hurry, but never feel. Mr. Cameron Whitwell is there to scoop up that loose ball. 40th minute. But they be a golden opportunity by the Michigan Wolves, a golden opportunity by Sockers. I see here in the waiting minutes of the first half. 3-3 on total shots for both teams. No goalkeepers have faced a shot on target so far. So the Wolves whistled for a foul just inside midfield. That was the 6th foul against the Wolves. Sockers getting the ball inside the box. Several players there kind of around the top of the 18. So number 7, Demzo Zembegovic down that right side giving chase, but the ball does go out of bounds for a goal kick. So 41st minute now, so less than 5 minutes plus stoppage time is all that's left here in the first half. The 0-0 tie at this point of the game. Don't forget the U17 sides of both of these two clubs will face off around 2 p.m. here out in the outdoor soccer stadium at Schoolcraft College. So we will be on the call for that game as well. Opportunity of calling some Michigan Wolves games here about a month ago, but those games were indoors inside the Trinity Sports Dome, just off the camera to your right. The ball kind of like a ping pong ball going back, both teams going back and forth. Most of the attacks are resulting in turnovers. And Wolves picking the pocket along that right side once again. There's a foul against Sockers. So about 25 yards from midfield inside their own territory. The Michigan Wolves see if they'll try to build this out of the back or send it long. Need to take advantage of that slick surface. Need to take advantage of that wet ball. Neither team unable to do so far here in the first half. So that long ball quickly cleared by Sockers. The Wolves creating an opportunity, and they could turn it over. Both teams a lot of high pressure defensively, forcing the opposition into turnovers. And if you had a nickel for every time there's been a turnover in this contest for either team, you would be a very wealthy individual. So the Sockers gets an opportunity inside the box. Caden Whipple able to make that stop. So this is the first shot on goal by Sockers SC, and then the ball kind of goes up and the ball lands right in the lap of Caden Whipple. Look at that shot. That is a left footer on target. Number 71, Jack Claythal with that shot by Sockers. So first shot on goal for either team. As Whipple makes his first official save in this contest, 44th minute now. So we're down the last couple minutes of the first half. Michigan Wolves came out, controlled possession about for the first 15 minutes. Sockers SC have kind of leveled that here in the last 20-25 minutes. They have had a few more dangerous opportunities in this game. So there's a breakaway opportunity, sliding traffic, but that shot is wide left, so Galileo Figueroa, who's taken a few of those corner kicks for the Sockers at SC, they left Figueroa open just inside the box. He took a couple touches, had a little bit of space inside the 18, but his left footer 3 or 4 or 5 yards off a target. So the Michigan Wolves escaping danger here late in the first half. Was now in the 45th minute. And there's the Wolves slotting the ball, but Soccer's able to clear the ball. Now the Wolves get it back, so last minute or two of the first half, the Michigan Wolves have retained possession. Now they're knocking the ball around their back line. Looking for one last chance to get the ball in the final third of the field to create a scoring opportunity. This game is still all level at 0 apiece. Serve down that far left side. Soccer's knocking the ball around. He will clear the ball. Wolves putting a little bit more pressure. Trying to force another turnover. Just a little bit too late on that opportunity. We're now officially in stoppage time here at the tail end of the half number one, game number one. Michigan Wolves, Sockers FC, National Academy League, U19 division. This is the Mid-America North Conference. So 9 teams in this division of the NAL. Michigan Wolves looking to try to get a victory here today and hold on to first place. There's a long ball down that far left side. Oliver Belicki giving chase for Sockers SC. A little bit of collision down there near the corner flag. Players from both teams a little bit entangled, but the yellow card's going to go against a Michigan Wolves player. Looks like number 4, Owen Buckley, the Brighton High School senior. Players from both teams kind of collided, got their legs tangled there. But this is the 7th foul against the Michigan Wolves. First card for either team in this match. But you are now about a minute 20 into stoppage time. Not a lot of time in this first half, but Sockers try to serve this ball into the box, be a little bit of goal mouth scrum, see if you can get a shot opportunity, a deflection, anything that could result in a goal as that ball is served into the box. Whipple there makes the save, and then the rebound, again, another save. So 2 great stops by Caden Whipple there. A couple yards off the goal line. As we look at this replay, the ball is served in. Header comes back out. It looks like number 16. Philip Enieko was with that second shot. So there's no saves throughout the most of this first half, but Caden Whipple in the last 5 minutes has made 3 huge stops for the Michigan Wolves to keep this game level at 0 apiece. But that should do it for half number one. The referee has blown his whistle. Here in the U19 division on the National Soccer Network, we're still tied 0-0 Michigan Wolves, Sockers SC. We'll take our halftime break here in the National Soccer Network. Don't go anywhere. In about 10 minutes, half number 2, U19 division on the National Academy League here on the National Soccer Network.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for Girls Soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickerat. Ball comes in, a good head! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net, the Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0! Stewart Heights with a shot! Upper 90 and in! Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Finds Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for Girls Soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickerat.
Ball comes in, a good head! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net, the Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0! Stewart Heights with a shot! Upper 90 and in!
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Finds Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Looks great. Oh,
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. One-on-one with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickerat.
Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0! Stewart Heights with a shot! Upper 90 and in! Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Finds Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download.
Well, welcome back to the National Soccer Network. This is the National Academy League U19 division. Just moments away from the start of the second half here at Schoolcraft College. Livonia, Michigan is the site. National Soccer Network is the place for all things soccer here across the country. Still a blustery 48 degrees here in Livonia, Michigan. You can see that rain has picked up the pace over the course of this match. Rain 11, 12 miles an hour. That wind's coming out of that northeast. It has clearly had an effect here on both teams, this rain and slight wind. If there's one phrase that kind of describes the first half play would be turnover plagued. Both teams had a very difficult time sustaining the attack for long periods of time. Both sides just turnover after turnover. The ball skipping off players, ball skipping off the ground. Half number 2 is underway. We'll see if either team has made some adjustments here in the second half. 2-game set here at Schoolcraft College. Michigan Wolves, again, wearing their gold and black kits. They're going right to left, and the Sockers SC in that white almost looks like it's a little bit purplish here on their kits. But it is cold, chilly, wet, windy. It is also still zeros up on that scoreboard here in the beginning of the second half. Sockers SC, they were on their heels a little bit the first 15 minutes as the Wolves did have a slight possession edge. They were able to kind of even that up as the second half went on, and the last 10 minutes or so, Sockers really began to press. They hold a 5-3 total shots advantage in this game. 3-0 with shots on goal, 4-1 on corner kicks. Sockers picked up 4 fouls against them, and the Michigan Wolves were whistled for 7 fouls and 1 offsides in that first half. The ball sent into the box. Still no word. If you want to visit our YouTube channel, the chat room, who's going to win this match today? This game end in a draw. Will one team emerge victorious? Also let us know which player from Sockers SC is in goal here today in the U19 game, as there's no goalkeeper listed on this roster provided by the league. Sockers getting the ball deep in the Michigan Wolves territory. Both teams forcing turnover after turnover, so that hasn't changed here in the first couple minutes of the second half. Sockers trying to get the ball through. So Wolves getting a little break. The ball does skip off a Sockers player down that right side. Wolves get into the box. There's a shot blocked. Sockers able to escape danger once again as they quickly get the ball out near midfield. It's a great defensive stand on that attack by the Michigan Wolves. Sockers able to get the ball out of their own end of the field. Some players get a little tangled up near that far touchline. Looks like it'll be a free kick coming up for Soccer, so great opportunity here in the early stages of the second half. Try to serve this ball into the box, see if you can get a shot off, a deflection. Maybe the ball comes back out, a little bit of space, be able to tuck one into the back of the net. We're still tied 0-0 here in the 49th. Long serve into the box. Caden Whipple, the goalkeeper of the Michigan Wolves, stands tall, comes off his line, corrals that free kick. Making sure that the Sockers SC did not get a shot opportunity off of that set piece. So Sockers 8 free kicks off of Michigan Wolves fouls, and plus they had those first 4 corner kicks in that first half. Unable to put anything in the back of the net. Michigan Wolves 3 shots in that first half, 1 here in the early stages of the second half, but they have been unable to put a single shot on goal in this entire match. We're now in the 50th minute, so the Wolves, they are putting a little bit of pressure on that back line by Sockers. Like most of this game, there's another turnover. Both teams need to do a better job of taking advantage of the slick surface, slick ball. Start putting stuff on frame, even if it's from 30, 40 yards out. look for the deflection, or look to earn a corner kick, or maybe get an opportunity off a deflection to put something on target. So that is a corner kick coming up for the Michigan Wolves. They did have one in the first half. This is the first corner kick for either team here in the second half. We're just a few seconds away from crossing into the 51st minute here on the National Soccer Network. Dan Stickrad, glad to be part of this two-game set here on the network. Both games in the National Academy League at Schoolcraft College. As there's a shot through traffic, and Michigan Wolves. That ball kind of snuck through traffic, and they took the 1-0 advantage here in the 51st minute. Let's take a look here. There's a corner kick. The ball was sent just the corner of the box. Trying to get a jersey number. Who scored that goal? But nevertheless, 51st minute, Michigan Wolves. First shot on goal results in a 1-0 advantage. You talk about being opportunistic. I believe that goal was scored by actually one of the defenders by the Michigan Wolves, who was pushed up into the attack. There's another shot. That's in. Look at this one on that. Slotted through by number 14, number 3 giving chase. So Benjamin Cook, the Livonia Churchill standout, breakaway opportunity, chips it over the goalkeeper of the Soccer. So after 45 minutes of stoppage time, the Michigan Wolves had 3 shots, nothing on target. They've had 3 shots here in the second half, 2 on target, back-to-back goals, less than 2 minutes apart to take that 2-0 advantage. The Michigan Wolves coming out. They were frustrated because they dominated play in that first 15 minutes. Had nothing to show for it. The Sockers FC kind of leveled the play up as there's a foul against the Wolves. But Sockers had a lot of very good chances late in the first half. They had 5 total shots in the first half, 3 on target. They did have another shot that went off the crossbar, another shot that was just over the crossbars. Came in Whipples there in traffic, helped out by a defender to clear the ball. That was about a yard and a half off the goal line. Very dangerous opportunity for Sockers, and the Michigan Wolves defense stands tall once again to clear the ball out. We just crossed into the 54th minute here on the National Soccer Network. Who will win this game? We're now up to 71% of the fans watching have picked the Michigan Wolves to win this game. 14 have said the Sockers would win, and about 14% said this game will end in the draw. But up on that scoreboard, where it matters most, 2-0 in favor of the Michigan Wolves here in the U19 division of the National Academy League here on the National Soccer Network. McGinnis gets the ball weaving through traffic just inside midfield. We talked about McGinnis early in the broadcast. He was all-state first team as a junior, only I believe made either third team or honorable mention as a senior because he had an injury-plagued season and missed about 55% of his senior campaign with injuries. So the Wolves will get a free kick off of that foul. So free kick about 40 yards out coming up from the Michigan Wolves. So number 5, Gavin McGlanahan, taking that free kick. That ball is served in the box. It does go off the goalkeeper by the Sockers SC. They're able to clear the ball out towards midfield, but the Wolves putting a lot of pressure on the back line, which resulted in both of those goals. Gavin McGlanahan actually had that first goal in the 51st minute. Teammate Benji Cook added the second goal in the 52nd minute. Those are the first 2 shots on target for the Michigan Wolves. Now we're in the 56th minute here, so great start to the second half by the homestanding Michigan Wolves here at Schoolcraft College, Livonia, Michigan. It is cold and blustery outside. The Michigan Wolves offense has clearly heated up here at the start of the second half. They stand 4-1-0 atop of the Mid-America North Division here in the National Academy League. Sockers SC came in at 4th place in the 9-team division. So they have a lot of work to do to try to get back into this game. They had some 4 or 5 great opportunities in that first half, unable to convert. As anyone follows the sports of soccer and hockey, it's not about how many chances you create. It always boils down to finishing those opportunities. Michigan Wolves escaped danger a couple of times. They made a couple great saves by Caden Whipple. And they've come out here in the second half and taken a 2-0 commanding lead here as we now are in the 57th minute. This 90-minute match. That rain has still been pretty steady here throughout this game. It was a light sprinkle beginning of the game around 12 noon. The rain picked up a little bit in the middle stages of that first half and has continued to fall here. Outdoor soccer stadium at Schoolcraft College. It's clearly had effect on players from both teams, kind of corralling the ball. It's a lot of errant passes, a lot of turnovers. Michigan Wolves came in with a 16-7 scoring edge. 3.2 goals a game. They've added 2 more onto their tally here as the Sockers getting the ball inside the box. Looks like that was an offsides whistle, so the Sockers did put a ball in the back of the net, but the flag and the whistle had already gone up. So that is the first offsides against Sockers SC in this entire match. Is now in the 58th minute here on the National Soccer Network. Once again, Dan Stickrad, glad to be on the call for not just this game, but game number 2 here at 2 o'clock between the U17 sides of these 2 clubs, and also be part of the high school girls soccer ranking show, 8 p.m. tonight, 8 to 9 p.m. So we'll break down the top 15 teams in each division, plus the honorable mention schools. We'll take a look at some of the conference races across the state of Michigan on the girls soccer high school scene. Once again, that's the original high school girls soccer ranking show, year number 3, week number 5. Patty Cicerini and myself will be part of that show live 8 p.m. tonight on the National Soccer Network. Soccer sent it long, but Whipple there at the top of the box to send it back towards midfield. Wolves again taking possession, trying to create another chance. They have 2-0 at this stage. So 5.5 games into this season, the Michigan Wolves have only given up 7 goals. 3 goals in their season opener they gave up in a 3-0 loss to FC United out of Chicago. They have a 3-1 victory over Liverpool, a 2-1 victory over the Michigan Jags, 7-2 victory over Michigan Midwest United, and a 4-0 victory over SC Waves. So they're on a 4-game win streak, trying to look to add victory number 5. Add to that win streak here during this contest. They're up 2-0 here in the 60th minute, so just a little bit over 30 minutes left in half number 2 on the National Soccer Network. Free kick coming up deep in their own territory for the Michigan Wolves. Devin McLenahan took that long free kick in deep in the Soccer's territory. Soccer's SC have enough in the tank to get back into this game. They had the better of the opportunities in that first half, unable to convert. And here in half number 2, the Michigan Wolves adding a couple goals about a minute and a half apart on 2 consecutive shots on frame. Those were the first 2 shots on target in the entire match for the Michigan Wolves. Kind of bounces around midfield. Both teams still having a hard time sustaining possession for long periods of time. A lot of turnovers in that first half. A lot of turnovers here in the first 15 minutes of the second half. There's a collision just outside the box. And this will be dangerous. Looks like they're going to call this against the Michigan Wolves. So Soccer's FC, a player kind of giving a little bit of hip check just outside the box on that right side. Zamal Zambagevovic was knocked down. So this is about a half yard outside, not too far from the end line. But this would be a great opportunity coming up for Sockers to be able to play this ball into the box, kind of create a goal mouth scrum, maybe put a header towards frame, a volley, anything that could result in a goal to get back into this contest. They are trailing 2-0 here in the 62nd minute. So Galileo Figueroa taking the set piece, sends a low one in traffic. Michigan Wolves getting a foot on that, so Figueroa sends it back into the box. There he is again, standing tall, Mr. Caedmon Whipple, the Plymouth Crimish Academy senior, there to corral that through ball, that cross. He's had 3 saves in this game, a ton of crosses and serves into the box, long throw-ins, set pieces. He has been there to make sure no additional harm is made. He was an all-state goalkeeper last fall at the high school circuit. That ball kind of sneaks through. Whipple there, makes the initial stop, makes the stop on the rebound. So 2 saves about 2 seconds apart for Caedmon Whipple. Just talking about what he did in the first half. He just made 2 great saves here in the 63rd minute of the second half to keep this game still 2-0 in favor of the Michigan Wolves. You always ask a lot of your goalkeepers, no matter the temperature, no matter the opposition, no matter the situation of a game. But when it is cold, windy, wet, slick, sometimes you ask your goalkeepers to do even more. And Caedmon Whipple has been there making a lot of huge saves or huge plays in this game for the Michigan Wolves. Very tall, agile, active goalkeeper between the pipes of the Michigan Wolves. He has clearly stood tall today underneath that framework. But his teammates have done the job offensively here in the second half, adding those 51st and 52nd minute goals. The Wolves are making a handful of substitutions. So they're dipping deep into their bench here today, getting just about everybody on that team minutes here today. I believe all 16 players that were available for today's match have seen action in this contest. Soccer's throwing deep into Michigan Wolves territory, trying to get anything going here. They did have a couple minutes ago a pair of shots, both on target, just seconds apart. Both of them stopped by Caedmon Whipple, the Michigan Wolves goalkeeper. Those are the only 2 opportunities in the second half, and it has been a game of missed opportunities for Sockers. They did take a shot off the crossbar midway through the first half. Another shot went over the crossbar, and then they had 3 shots on Whipple in the first half. Although 3 of those shots on goal came in the final 6-7 minutes of that first half. They were unable to convert. So both teams kind of trading off possession here in the second half. See that steady rainfall. Surface and the ball are quite slick here today at Schoolcraft College. But the ball is in the box on that far left side. Sockers trying to slide it through. The Wolves defense able to clear the ball, so that ball is quickly sent out towards midfield. Adrian Nambo, the forward from Detroit Country Day, they're giving chase, trying to chase down that loose ball, but the Sockers getting the ball back. Another long clear, but that is up by that scoreboard, out of bounds. So throw in near midfield coming up for Sockers. Sockers running out of town with about 25 minutes or so left in this game. We're in the 66th minute. Michigan Wolves have a 2-0 advantage. So if you are the Sockers, you just need to create a chance, try to cut back in that league. You can't score 2 goals at once. If you're the Michigan Wolves, you need to try to maybe even clear even more distance between yourselves and the Sockers. As they get the ball in the box on the right side, Wolves sliding it through traffic. Ball bouncing off an array of players from both teams. And there is a pass back and a shot from the top of the box. That is well wide of target. See the ball right there, slotted through traffic, goes off a Michigan Wolves player, cleared out by a Sockers defender. The Wolves did get a shot off, but well wide of target, so Sockers escaping danger on that attack by the Michigan Wolves. 67th minute here on the National Soccer Network. You're watching National Academy League U19 age group, the Mid-America North Division. First place Michigan Wolves up 2-0 over their visitors from Chicago. Sockers FC have not been able to convert in this contest. That serve into the box. Whipple is there. Scoop up that loose ball. Sockers played it through. No available forward there to get a shot off inside the box. 68th minute now. Just about 22 minutes in stoppage time is all that's left for the Sockers to get back into this contest. So Adrian Iambo trying to force a turnover deep in Sockers territory. So Scott Doole's troops scoring on back-to-back shot attempts. Their first 2 shots of the game coming in the 51st and 52nd minutes. That's where we stand on the scoreboard. 2-0 in favor of the Michigan Wolves. Now in the 68th minute, just seconds away from the 69th minute. Can the Wolves defense hold on here? Can the Sockers FC find a way to get back, put themselves back into this contest, try to find a goal here? Kind of switched up momentum in their favor. Possession's been about 50-50 here in the second half. And in our YouTube chat room, 64% of the fans say the Michigan Wolves will hold on and win this contest. 9% say that the Sockers will find a way to score at least 3 goals and win this game, and 27% of the fans say this match will end in a draw. So the Michigan Wolves would love to say otherwise. They still hold that 2-0 edge up on the scoreboard where it matters most. We can talk about the stats. We can talk about the projections of this game. We could talk about the standings, the overall stats of the season, but nothing matters except for the up on that scoreboard. Michigan Wolves looking to extend their lead in the Mid-America North Division of the National Academy League. They are 4-1-0 overall, looking for their 5th straight victory. Aussies made a few comments on this game. So 70th minute, now in the 71st minute, so a little less than 20 minutes plus stoppage time. It's all that's left in game number 1 of the second half. This matchup between the U19 sides of the Michigan Wolves and Sockers SC. Sockers, again, they've been able to get the ball down in the final third. They've been able to create some corner kicks, some crosses, some chances, shots off the framework. They've done everything but able to convert a chance in this game. They find themselves in a 2-0 hole. There's a foul against the Sockers, so 4th foul here in the second half against Sockers SC out of the Chicagoland area. It's about a 5-hour drive west of here. 71st minute here in the National Soccer Network. So Wolves take that free kick, sending it into the final third of the field. They're looking to add to their 2-0 advantage. Just 3 shots on goal, all within about a 2.5, 3-minute period in this game. But the first 2 shots on goal is where the Michigan Wolves were able to convert. Again, both those goals came about a minute and a half apart. So 51st, 52nd minute is where those goals occurred. We're now in the 72nd minute. The Michigan Wolves hold on, add a few more points onto their tally. Remain in first place here in the Mid-America North Division. Less than 20 minutes to go here in the second half. Both teams, again, trading off possession, a lot of turnovers. A lot of that has to do with the slick ball and the slick surface. It's clearly had an effect on players on both sides. The Wolves trying to force a turnover deep in Sockers territory. Just crossed into the 73rd minute now, so Sockers again retaining possession near midfield. Been a part of literally tens of thousands of games in my life as a sports writer, as a commentator, as a player. Starting my youth career when I was about 6 years old. Yes, way back in the late 1970s when soccer first really started to get a stranglehold here in Southeast Michigan. I will say it again. I will say it again for the rest of my days on this earth, that soccer is all about not just creating opportunities, but finishing those opportunities. And the Michigan Wolves, just 3 shots on goal. They lead 2-0 in this contest. There's another set piece is coming up. This is about 40 yards out, 40, 45 yards out, about 10 yards just inside midfield. But another opportunity for the Wolves as that ball is served high and deep into the box. Ball bounced around. There's a shot blocked by a Sockers defender. That was inside the box. The ball kind of still bouncing around. Last touch by the Michigan Wolves, so goal kick coming up. For Sockers FC. So again, this is a 2-game set here in the National Soccer Network. So right around 2 p.m., the U17 sides between the Michigan Wolves and Sockers SC will take place. We're now in the 75th minute. There's a foul against, looks like against the Wolves. Substitutions. Sockers subbing in a couple players. I think only about 14 players, 15 players made the trip for Sockers in the U19 division. The Wolves only had 16 players available here on this May 4th, Sunday afternoon. I'm sure the memes are flying everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, all points social media with the Star Wars references of May 4th to be with you. I already saw several of those early this morning. So prepping for today's contest. May 4th already, but the weather definitely not cooperating for sports fans across Michigan. It has gone up 1 degree here in Livonia, Michigan. 1 degree, 49 degrees Fahrenheit. That rain has clearly picked up here more in the second half. The light sprinkle at kickoff around 12 noon, but has picked up as the course of this game has gone on. We're now in the 76th minute. Wind out of the northeast. That's about 10 to 15 miles an hour. That has changed throughout the course of this match. Sockers again building it out of their back line. They're running out of time. About less than 15 minutes plus stoppage time is all that's left in this U19 battle. Michigan Wolves, they've been around since 1974. Sockers SC since 1986. So you have two huge clubs with a lot of history in their respective states at different levels of the club soccer pyramid. Both of these clubs have MLS Next teams. They have National Academy League teams. They have other club soccer levels in different age groups. Both these clubs have won national championships in different levels of club. They've put literally hundreds and hundreds of players into the collegiate game. Several players of both teams that will play on college soccer rosters come August. Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, Christian college, junior college, all levels of college soccer. Sockers SC trying to penetrate that 18. The Wolves knocking the ball out of bounds. So this looks like it will be a corner kick. They have not. The Sockers have not had a corner kick here in the second half. They had 4 in the first 45 minutes of play. We're now in the 77th minute. We're about ready to cross into the 78th minute. So the Sockers, they need to put this ball into the box somewhere near the 6-8 yard line. Try to create a scoring chance. Cut into that 2-0 hole that they stand here in the 78th minute. It's Galileo Figueroa there to take the corner kick from the northeast corner of the field. There's a through ball kind of bouncing around, deflecting ball. The Sockers a shot, so there it is high. Whipple there near the upper 90. That ball did deflect off a Michigan Wolves defender. Look at that replay. The ball served in. Ball kind of passed around to the top of the 18. Left footer shot, goes off, comes back out. Kind of like a ping pong ball, kind of bouncing around back and forth. But Caden Whipple there to corral that loose ball. Save number 6 for Whipple, the Plymouth Christian Academy senior. And we talked about him earlier in the broadcast. He helped his high school team, the Eagles from Plymouth Christian Academy, finished as the Division IV state runner-up back in November 4th. Now we are May 4th. Weather isn't much better. In fact, I think the state finals day for high school soccer here in the state of Michigan had better weather back in November as we have here today. So Wolves at turnover inside the box, so Soccer's turning that ball over. The Wolves just inches away from perhaps potentially putting a shot on an empty goal. They've retained possession near midfield, but that could have been disastrous for Sockers to fall into a 3-0 hole there, but unable to escape dangers. We're now in the 79th minute. Wolves protecting that 2-0 advantage, but sometimes 1- and 2-goal edges in soccer are the most difficult leads to protect. So all it takes is the opposition to tuck one on the back of the net. They grab the momentum, and all of a sudden, you're only up 2-1, or you find yourself in a 2-2 tie, and anything can happen, especially when it's raining, when that ball, the surface is slick. That ball is clear. The Wolves trying to corral that loose ball, just unable to do so. Soccer's again building it up towards midfield. Wolves again forcing yet another turnover, so an opportunity perhaps building here near midfield. There's a long ball, through ball. Into the box. It's like McGinnis. McGinnis, his initial shot was stopped. There's another one stopped by the defender. So 2 opportunities there for the Michigan Wolves. One block by the goalkeeper, one block by Soccer's defender. So Soccer's running out of time. We're in the 81st minute now. That rain is definitely increasing. The Wolves are starting to really press that back line. The turnover, 2-1 opportunity coming up for the Michigan Wolves. Nyembo with a shot! That is stopped, but what an opportunity coming off the Detroit Country Day senior for the Michigan Wolves. 2-1 advantage. Uncorks a shot from just inside the 18. His shot is stopped. The Wolves really starting to press, really starting to create some great opportunities here. Again, the Wolves retaining possession. Now they're on the attack inside midfield once again. But Nyembo just took a step too far off sides. So take a look at that replay. Came off the steal. Lennon Bordage, the initial sale, he sends it over to Adrian Nyembo at right at the top of the 18. He uncorks a right-footed laser. That opportunity was stopped, but Wolves trying to add to their 2-0 advantage here late in the second half, 82nd minute here in the National Soccer Network. Once again, Dan Stickrad, glad to be part of not just one game, but 2 games between the Michigan Wolves and Soccer's SC. Game number 1 in the U19 division, the Michigan Wolves clinging to that 2-0 advantage. Another long through ball on that right side, but Delvin McGinnis just unable to corral that ball. It kind of skips out of bounds. A goal kick coming up, but the Michigan Wolves, the last 10 to 15 minutes, have really started to apply a lot more pressure. They scored in the 51st and 52nd minutes of the second half to take that 2-0 advantage. The Soccer's SC started to apply a lot of pressure, trying to get back into this game. The Michigan Wolves trying to add that 3rd goal here to kind of put this game away. 83rd minute now, just crossed over. Will the Soccer's SC find a little bit of late game magic to get a goal or 2 to get back into this game? Will the Michigan Wolves find that great opportunity here in the waning minutes to put this game away? Great position, up 2-0, but a 2-0 lead is never safe when you have just under 8 minutes left to go. Here's the ball slotted in the box. Nyembo there in traffic. Dancing, turn a left-footed shot. That is in the back of the net. So Adrian Nyembo gets the ball just inside the 18, spins around with a left foot low shot into the back of the net. 83rd minute. That is a 3-0 advantage for the Michigan Wolves. So the Wolves only 3 shots in the first half, nothing on frame. They have now had 9 shots overall in the second half, 6 on target, 3 in the back of the net. That is a 3-0 advantage for the Michigan Wolves. And they are looking more and more like they are going to walk away with the victory here in this match unless there is an incredible comeback forged by Soccer's SC in the final 7 minutes or so. We're now in the 84th minute. So just over a month ago, the Michigan Wolves U19 side here in the National Academy League, they lost 3-0 to FC United. I believe that game was here on the National Soccer Network. They have not lost since. They're on a 4-game win streak, looking to add victory number 5, and they're in great position to do so with a 3-0 advantage here late in the second half. These are 90-minute games in the U19 level. You see that rain continues to fall. Michigan Wolves are making sure the Soccer's SC are the ones that are soaking wet. They have been frustrated. There was a first half of missed opportunities, especially late in the first half for Soccer's SC. They had 5 shots, 3 on target, and 4 corner kicks in the first 45 minutes of play. They just could not convert. They've only had 3 shots on goal, and 1 corner kick here in the second half. Still, that Michigan Wolves defense has stood tall. Caben Whipple has had 6 saves between the pipes for the Michigan Wolves. He is looking to add a second shutout here in the 2025 campaign. He was the goalkeeper of record in a 4-0 victory last weekend against SC Wave. as the Wolves are making wholesale substitutions once again. So open substitutions in the National Academy League. Michigan Wolves has been rotating all 16 available players in this match. 5 more players just went back in. 5 more came out. 86 minute now. So final 5 minutes plus whatever stoppage time the officiating crew adds on to this contest. The Michigan Wolves in great position to walk away with the victory here. They are up 3-0, 3 second half goals, 51st, 52nd, 83rd minutes. When the Michigan Wolves capitalized here in the second half, they've had that 9-3 shots advantage, 6-3 with shots on frame here in the second half as the ball rolls out of bounds near the southwest corner. So this is a throw-in for the Sockers. So off to the far right, we have that Trinity Sports Dome. The U17 teams are inside warming up. So the rain is steadily picked up from a light drizzle at kickoff at 12 noon into a steady downpour here in the second half. Free kick for Sockers FC. The Wolves quickly get the ball back, so they're trying to either run off the clock or even add a 4th goal here in the second half. Ball's in the box on that right side, slotted through traffic. There's a shot on target. There is another shot into the back of the net. Number 11 there to cash in his paycheck. Bruno Delgado with the 4th goal here in the 87th. Perfectly slotted ball. Couldn't tell who sent that through on the far right side. But nevertheless, shot number 10 in the second half. Shot number 7 with shots on goal results in that 4th goal. And the Michigan Wolves just a couple minutes away from victory number 5. That would be a 5-game win streak. They are in complete and total control here. Their defense and their goalkeeping has been stout in this match. They entered the game 4-1-0 on the season. 4-game win streak, a 16-7 scoring edge, and now they've been able to add 4 more goals onto their tally in this game. 88th minute now, so just a couple minutes plus stoppage time is all that's left. Sockers trying to push it through, trying to get at least 1 goal up on that scoreboard. Michigan Wolves, again, have a player there near the top of the box to send it long out of harm's way. Scott Duell, former high-level All-State player himself back in the 1990s. He is the head coach of this Michigan Wolves U19 NAL squad. He has them firing on all cylinders. They're just minutes away from their 5th straight victory. They now have a 20-7 scoring advantage. They are just minutes away from perhaps their 2nd straight shutout. Caden Whipple with his defense and can hold on here. There will be a 2nd straight clean sheet for this team. The Wolves are just trying to kill off as much time between throw-ins and set pieces as possible. 89th minute now. There's another long through ball. Sockers getting the ball inside the box. The Wolves once again thwarting that opportunity. That has been the story of this game. Michigan Wolves came out. They controlled possession for about the first 15 minutes. It was pretty much even for the rest of that first half. And there's a shot on target. Stopped by the goalkeeper by Sockers FC. So 8 shots on frame for the Michigan Wolves, all in the second half. 4 in the back of the net, 4 saves by the Sockers goalkeeper. Again, we were not given a goalkeeper on the roster for Sockers. Sockers are once again getting the ball just outside the box, now in the 90th minute. I expect with a couple minor injuries and 4 goals, probably 2 to 3, 4 minutes of stoppage time. There's a breakaway opportunity by Sockers. There's a shot on goal. Whipple made the initial stop, but there was a rebound opportunity by the Sockers. Number 14, it looks like they're the cash in the rebound. So in the 90th minute,
another curveball upstairs, and Hockenmeyer pulls back on.
again, number 14 with the goal. Number 14 listed on this roster. We do apologize.
You'll see Sam Griffith cover second, and Boston Halloran, who subbed in.
Number 14 on the doorstep to spoil the shutout. 2 straight shots on goal, but the rebound. The Sockers able to spoil that shutout here in the 90th minute. We have about 30 seconds into stoppage time. So the Wolves up 4-1 late. They just send the kickoff way down into that corner to kind of kill off some time. So should be about 3 to 4 minutes of stoppage time with the 5 goals, a couple injuries, but well, if the Sockers can find a way to miraculously score 3 more goals in stoppage time, the Michigan Wolves should walk away with a W. So the referee with the 4-1 advantage, he still, even though there's a few extra minutes, he blows his final whistle. That's where we stand. 4-1 victory for the Michigan Wolves in the U19 Mid-America North Division of the National Academy League. They will walk away with their 5th straight victory. They now have a 20-8 scoring edge on the season. Their shutout was spoiled in the 90th minute, but nevertheless, Michigan Wolves 4, the Sockers FC 1. That is your final here in the National Soccer Network. Dan Stickert, I'll be back here at 2 o'clock for game number 2 between the U17 squads in the National Academy League between the Sockers SC and the Michigan Wolves. So come back and watch that game here on the National Soccer Network. But in the U19 contest, just finished. One final time, the Michigan Wolves 4, Sockers SC 1. Have a good Sunday afternoon and a very good week coming up. And we'll see you for more soccer here at 2 p.m.